Catching up with my good friend Frik Landman, who passionately shares why Africa is too rich to be poor, reminds us that paradigms must and do change. In order to progress as individuals, as a country, as a continent, or a world, we must revolutionize our current thinking. For Africa to realize its full potential, and equally for humanity to rise to this moment and meet the current demands in the world today, we must rethink our thinking, and our current paradigms must change. What is a paradigm? The origin of the word is Greek. It means a set of patterns, a framework, or a blueprint. It is a deeply ingrained or widely shared mental framework that influences our current thinking, our beliefs, and our actions. How do we change a paradigm? Frik references the work of Thomas Kuhn, a highly influential physicist, philosopher, and historian, whose most famous work is called The Structure of the Scientific Revolution, How Scientific Paradigms Change. What do we learn from Thomas Kuhn? Well, firstly, that progress is not random. It relies on current thinking. Secondly, that anomalies or deviations or unexpected new discoveries challenge our current thinking patterns. Thirdly, that when a paradigm shifts, everybody shifts back to ground zero. And finally, a paradigm shift is a revolutionary process. It is out with the old and in with the new. Let me give you an example. When Nelson Mandela became the first democratically elected president of South Africa in 1994, he revolutionized the thinking and radically changed the rules of the game. South Africa was no longer a nation simply about black and white, rich or poor, or those who had won elections and those that had not. Instead, it was about the collective whole, the well-being of all South Africans, his friends and former foes alike. He invited the former president of the old apartheid government, President F.W. de Klerk, to become one of his deputy presidents in his new government of national unity. He also invited opposition leaders to fulfill meaningful roles in a new government, and invited his former prison warders to his presidential inauguration. Nelson Mandela's leadership and his revolutionary new thinking not only averted a civil war, but radically changed the way we think, act, and lead. It compels us in the world today to challenge our current thinking. When our current paradigms no longer serve us and hinder our growth, it is time for them to change. If Africa is to realize its full potential, and if humanity is to rise to the moment of these big challenges in our current times, we need revolutionary new thinking, a supercognitive revolution, and a radical new way to think, act, and lead. So remember that leading boldly is about making thoughtful, bold choices. And bold leadership is about taking bold action, just one small step at a time. One step for you, but together, a giant step for humanity. So take care and take thoughtful, bold action.